everyone, and welcome to my kitchen. Today at Witch Hollow Homesteading, I'm going to be making tomato bisque soup and grilled cheese. This is actually a requested recipe, and it's from someone who is a fan of the channel and who follows my Instagram page. We got talking a bit, and she was looking for a really good vegan tomato bisque recipe, which I actually have one. So this makes this video extra special because I love that someone requested a recipe. We're going to start with a half a cup of cashews. I'm going to put them in a bowl, set them aside. And now I'm going to cut up some carrots. As you can see here, I'm using red carrots. It doesn't actually matter if you want to use red carrots or orange carrots or yellow carrots. Whatever carrots you would like to use, these are just the ones that I have on hand, and I just bought them at the co-op yesterday. I'm going to do 2 medium-sized carrots and 2 small carrots. I also have my water starting to boil on the stove, as we are going to be adding boiling water to the cashews and chopped up carrots. You can chop, slice, dice, however you want to cut up your carrots. Just know that the smaller the pieces, the faster they will soften so that you won't have to let them sit as long in the boiled water. The reason that we're going to be pre-soaking our carrots and cashews in boiling water is because it's going to soften the cashews so that they grind up smooth, and it's to also soften the carrots so that they grind up smooth. I like to be doing this in the morning when I'm going to be making it for dinner at night because it allows it to sit all day, and this is super fast and easy to do in the morning before you start work. We're now going to add our boiled water to our carrots and cashews, and I'm going to be adding 2 cups of boiling water. Then you're going to put a lid on and let it sit for at least an hour. However, if you can let it sit for about 5 hours, that would be optimal, but an hour works just fine as well. There are some options here when it comes to your tomato choices. So first, here is a jar of roasted tomatoes that I made back in August that I canned. You can absolutely use a jar of roasted tomatoes if you'd like. This next jar is diced tomatoes that I had canned back in August. Same thing, you could use that, or you could use fresh tomatoes. Today, I'm actually going to be using 2 pints of fresh tomatoes. You can use any color tomatoes that you would like. I'm going to use this multicolored pack, but the color is irrelevant. I'm going to begin by washing the tomatoes, and then I'm just going to cut them in half and put them on a baking tray that I put a piece of non-stick aluminum foil down on. If you chose to use 2 pint-sized jars or cans of diced tomatoes, or you chose to use a roasted tomato sauce instead of using fresh tomatoes, you wouldn't need to be doing this step, obviously. You could just dump the sauce or the diced tomatoes into the blender and then just wait for your carrots and cashews to soften. But if you're going to do it fresh, this is how you would go about doing it. I'm going to add a little bit of organic olive oil to my tomatoes and just mix them around so that they're all evenly coated. Then I'm going to sprinkle them with a little bit of salt and add a little bit of freshly ground pepper. I am going to put them in my oven and put them under the broiler for about 10 minutes, just so they get a little bit charred, and it'll help release the juices. This will give the tomato bisque soup a really nice roasted flavor. Since I soaked my cashews and carrots earlier in the day, while the tomatoes are roasting, I am going to strain the liquid out, as you can see here, and the cashews and carrots are nice and soft. I am going to add the cashews and carrots to the blender, and then the liquid that I saved, I'm going to be adding that in, but I wanted to measure it first before I added it, as I know I needed 2 cups of liquid. The tomatoes are all done. As you can see, some of them have that nice charred color to them. These are going to be perfect for the tomato bisque soup. I'm going to add my roasted tomatoes to my blender where my cashews and my carrots are. To start out, I added 1 cup of the cashew carrot liquid just to see if I needed all of it, because sometimes the tomatoes are extra juicy, so just start with 1 cup. Now this next step is all going to go on your own personal tastes. So for me, we don't eat any garlic or onion because it bothers my stomach so much. So you can feel free to add garlic and onion to this step. For us, I am adding fresh thyme that's been dried from our garden. I added oregano that's been dried. I added a little bit of sugar, some salt and pepper. And now I'm going to turn it on and blend it. I did feel that it needed the other 1 cup of liquid from the cashews and carrots, so I added that. And then it also needed a little bit more salt and a little bit more pepper. I blended it until it was smooth, and here we have it, homemade tomato bisque soup. It was really easy to make, loaded with nutrients, and it tasted delicious. It was really smooth and really creamy. I know that everyone knows how to make grilled cheese, but I thought I would just include this here to show all of you how we like to make our grilled cheese. This is a fresh loaf of sourdough sandwich bread that I had baked earlier in the day. I will at some point be providing that recipe, but it's still not perfected and I still need to work on it. The bread tasted delicious, but I still have too many things about it that need to be changed. To increase the nutrition in your grilled cheese, I am going to be adding an avocado. That is one of our favorite things in grilled cheese, and that actually came from Mr. Witch. I had never heard about adding avocado to grilled cheese until he came along, and I have to say, it's pretty great. You can use any cheese that you like. There's no cheese that's wrong, in my opinion, for grilled cheese. Today, I will be using Violife cheddar shreds instead of the cheddar slices. I like the cheddar shreds because they have a little bit more of a sharp taste. Putting the avocado on the grilled cheese sandwiches here. And one other thing that I really enjoy adding to the grilled cheese sandwich, however, right now it's covered with snow in the garden, so I didn't want to go out and get any, but fresh arugula. Because it has that peppery taste, it really enhances the flavors in your grilled cheese. Now it's time to put the grilled cheese in a pan and get it going. And here we have it, grilled cheese with avocado and tomato bisque soup. It really was the perfect meal for a cold, rainy day. Thank you so much for joining me today at Witch Hollow Homesteading. I hope you found this video helpful and inspiring. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to comment below. You can also send me an email at witchhollowhomesteading@gmail.com. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at witchhollowhomesteading.